good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with JW. This week we got so much juice going on, from politics to celebrity news and a couple of court cases. In this episode of Let's Talk About It with JW, we're talking about Donald Trump, Elon Musk, we're talking about Chrisean, we're talking about Claressa Shields, Angel Reese, we got a little bit about Durk, we're talking about Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner, we're talking about Lil Baby, bringing Lucci out, Ray J and Sexy Red. We got Sierra and Jim Jones in the conversation today. Harvey Weinstein and the mess he got going on in that courtroom with them jurors. Durk, R.Kelly, Diddy. We got some stuff going on about the YSL trial and Chrisean cash out. And we also talking about Silento. We're talking about Silento and the time that he got. I'm going to start it off since we were talking about politics. Let's start off with your president and the owner of X arguing on X. What are they doing? Donald Trump and Elon Musk were arguing this week on Twitter, going back and forth. And then Elon later said that he apologized and he went too far. I guess he missed his bromance. ICE got the block hot in LA. And LA is back on fire again. What was supposed to start as just simple protests ended up being riots. People were being shot by rubber bullets and being arrested. All because ICE is deporting all of these immigrants. But they were supposed to only be deporting criminals. They're breaking up happy homes, taking people that work hard every day away from their money that they earn for their family. This is crazy and way out of hand. While we're on the topic about ICE, let's get into how the infamous mega TikTok star KB Lane was detained by ICE but voluntarily left the United States. That's a wrap on the politics. Let's get into this celebrity news for the week. My girl, Big Chrisean Rock, shared with us that she is no longer on probation because she was released early. Shout out to her. Now, Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner announced that, well, Kevin didn't do it, but Brittany Renner announced that she divorced Kevin Gates after being married for only 52 days. They could have saved all that time and energy and put it somewhere else. Now, Ray J, little sassy but claimed that he slept with Sexy Red. Now, we all was looking crazy behind him saying that, but he later got back online and apologized and said that the two shared a flight together and that they had their own blankets and that the flight was kind of a long flight, so they went to sleep, ultimately resulting in them sleeping together. Sexy Red wasn't going for none of that. She called him a weirdo and she shut it down quick. We know every girl wants that Sierra prayer to find them a great husband like Russell Wilson. But Sierra didn't bite her tongue when she seen Jim Jones. She let him know that it's been long enough and that my boy needs to hurry up and marry Chrissy. It's been about 20 years, 2 decades. And Jimmy agreed. He said that it was some good advice. What y'all think? Should Sierra have minded her own business or was she just speaking the truth? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. This topic made me proud and surprised me at the same time. Lil Baby brought Lucci out on the stage. I guess this signifies them squashing their alleged beef. Hopefully in the future we can see some collaborations or at least some shows together. I guess we have to stay tuned for that. This next topic in celebrity news, I wanted to save that for last because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's about Claressa, the GOAT, Shields, and Angel Reese. Angel won the Sportswoman of the Year award at the BET Awards. And my girl Claressa, she wasn't really there for it, but she was trying to be there for it. Like, the post she made, she don't understand how she didn't win that award. She thought it was about accolades. It probably is, but it's probably about a lot more than that. Now, y'all know Claressa is my girl. Like, I love her down, right? But when she wrong, she wrong. All she had to say was congratulations and keep it moving. So I wasn't really there for that post. Angel won. It is what it is. Take your L and keep it moving. Now that wraps up the celebrity part of this. Video. Let's get right into the trials that are going on this week and a couple of people that were sentenced during this week. First, I have Chrisean. He was a part of the YSL trial. He was the one that shot the police officer. Judge Whitaker sentenced him to 75 years, served 40 years, but this is to run concurrent with 45-year sentence that he previously received. So my boy gonna be doing some big boy time, you feel me? But hey, you do the crime, you do the time. The next sentence that happened this week was Silento. He was sentenced to 30 years for offing his cousin. Yes, his own cousin. That was pretty crazy to me. Those were all the people that were sentenced this week that I talked about. It may be more out there, but those ones I done talked about. On to trials that are going on this week, or trials that are going on in general, but some that started this week, some are ended this week. We just gonna get into some trials, okay? First one, rapper Cash Out. Now a lot of people on my TikTok were acting like they didn't know who Cash Out is, but how you don't know? Got a condo on my wrist, girl, I'm cashing out. Y'all know that song. He run around with that Nina. And you know he's smoking on Keisha. Hey, can I meet you? Y'all know who that man is. Anyways, Cash Out trial started this week. They did open arguments for Cash Out trial this week, and old Line Love is at the prosecution table. The lawyer that he had was attorney Matthews from the YSL trial. If you remember, it was him and his son. Well, that's the lawyer that Cash Out had representing him. So this should be interesting because it's him versus a table with Line Love and two other people that I didn't really catch their names or care to catch their names, but yeah. Cash Out has been accused of the R word. He's been accused of S trafficking, and he's been accused of violating the Georgia RICO Act. So if he's found guilty, he will face 25 years to life. And I do need to note that his mother is a co-defendant in this case with him. What the what? We'll get into Mr. Harvey Weinstein. At his trial, the juries convicted him of one of those charges. He was acquitted for one of the charges. And then the judge called a mistrial on the third charge. You wanna know why? Because the jury foreperson said that he was not deliberating anymore because he was terrified to go back in there because they were yelling at him and fussing at him, trying to make him change his vote. Now that sounds like somebody got paid off to me. Cause how y'all were able to come to a conclusion on the other two charges, but on this one, all of a sudden, they trying to make you change your answer. Make it make sense. But anyway, there's neither here nor there or none of my business. As a matter of fact, ain't none of this none of my business, but I'm gonna tell it to you. Last week, I was telling you that Durk put up, I said a $5 million bail package, but recent news have been circulating that it was only $4.5 million. Either way it go, it was a lot of money, and either way it go, the judge denied the bond. The judge said that he got all this money that's being put up, and not all of it is being put up by him, and that's not all of his assets. So that means that if he got money to put up like this, that he got money to get on somewhere. Mind you, when he was arrested, he was so-called about to board a plane. So the judge said no, he got a lot of power to coerce the witnesses to change their statements, and he got a lot of money to get away if he needs to, or to pay somebody off. So judge denied that, and it do look like Durk will stay behind bars until his trial start, which I think is in maybe October. It's sometime later this year. So it look like my boy might stay behind bars. And then we got the person that's trying to get from behind bars. R.Kelly said that them prison officials in there trying to off him. He said he need to get up out of there quick. And his lawyer let it be known they are not afraid to ask for help. And if nobody else will help them, they will go to President Trump for help. You know what that means? Trump has been pardoning a lot of people, and they want a piece of that pie. So we'll see what happens with that. And last but not least on this week's recap, this is something that I normally don't do, because I never really talk about the Diddy trial because it's so much and so many people talking about it. But this week a couple of things caught my eye or caught my attention, so I'm just going to touch on it a little bit. For one, what is Diddy in the courtroom looking at the jurors for? Is he trying to intimidate them? I don't know. But you looking at them and you nod your head. So is you trying to be like, yeah. Or is you nod your head like, yeah, that's right. Or you trying to read them like, what are you doing? Either way, you better stop doing it, because that judge said you're about to get thrown out if you do it again. Diddy's lawyer also filed a motion for mistrial this week, and they stated that the reason was for prosecutorial misconduct, because they said that Cassie friend that got up there, she was lying, and they said that the prosecution knew she was lying because they knew that Diddy was not even in the area that she said during the time that they said. Now the judge said attorney Nicole Westmoreland got up there and she poked holes in that theory, exactly what she was supposed to do, and that was the time to do that. And he was like, no mistrial, we moving forward. Moving forward, Jane was already on the stand at this time, so Jane got back on the stand, and it got a little interesting. Jane said that she used FOs to get what she want from Diddy, meaning you do this voluntarily, my friend. She also said that she bribed him with an FO to leave from on vacation with Young Miami. To me, this means that my girl engaged in these FOs voluntarily, and she enjoyed them, because she also said that she started picking out people to have FOs with, because some of the ones he picked out she wasn't attracted to. With that being said, y'all, this wraps up our weekly recap, but we know tomorrow is Friday, and I'm sure it's gonna be some more stuff that comes out, but we'll talk about it next week. Until next time, until next week, I'm out.
Let's talk about it with JW. We're bringing all the stories right to you.